Yo, 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 son Cannibal in there. Here's also what up, peeps? Had to tell you a little quick story. I'm going to call this one Tales from the Dumpster. Yesterday I was dumpster diving, and really having last week or so, just having really small dives for the area that I cover. So I decided to check out a different area that I normally don't check out. And it was a big box sports store. So going toward the back of the sports store, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. It's real dark. And I see this lady pushing a cart. She looked homeless, but it wasn't your typical homeless bag lady cart. I mean, it was all put together nice and neat. I didn't think too much of it. I went past her, went to this big box sports store dumpster. I look inside. There had to be like 20 or 30 sodas in there, or as you guys in the South call it, or West, pop. But they were all sugar. There was no calorie free. And since I've been diving, I only grab the calorie free. I mean, I eat poorly enough. I don't need to be adding extra sugar that way. So anyways, I just felt I'd be nice, and I drove up to her, and I figured I'd tell her about the sodas in there. You know, she could have 20 or 30 sodas. Who knows? Maybe she'd like it. So I told her, I don't know if you dumpster dive. I dumpster dive, but there's a bunch of sodas in there, Sprites and Cokes, and I just don't do the sugar thing. And she's like, I don't know what dumpster diving is. I said, well, that's okay. I just figured I'd tell you about the free sodas in that dumpster over there. And she said, well, I was just wondering, do you know where there's a hotel? Somebody told me there was a hotel around here that had rooms. I said, no, I'm sorry. I don't know of a hotel around here that has rooms. But I just want to tell you about the sodas. I'm going to take off. So I'm going to take off. And I go to a big box pet store. I look in there, I didn't find anything. As I'm driving away, she approaches me again, so I stop, and I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, do you know of any hotels around here that have rooms? I said, oh my God. I just told you I didn't know of any. Take it easy, and I take off. And it was just weird because usually I've seen people that are inebriated or under the influence of drugs, and she seemed to be neither of these. So I don't know if it was just mental illness or she hadn't slept, or I don't know what it was, but it was very odd. Okay, so that's my one story, Tales from the Dumpster. And then one of my last stops, I was going to this store. It's a really odd place. They sell a bunch of different odd items, mostly from China. It's a neat place, and postcards and stuff like that. So I'm going to the back there, and I've seen bags strewn all over the place by this dumpster. So I know that this dumpster gets hit by bears. Where I live, we have a lot of black bears. So I'm very wary of when I get out of the car to look around, kind of be noisy and make sure that there's no bears around. Because, these bags are strewn. It's not like a raccoon or a cat or anything else. These bags are taken a good 15, 20 feet away from the dumpster. So I just have this weird feeling because I come around the corner, I see the dumpster, and I see the bags strewn all over the place. So I figure, you know what? I'm just going to drive up to the side of the dumpster. And it's one of those ones that has the side door, like over here, like on this side, where you have a plastic side door that opens up, and it's pointing toward me, and I just see this bag move out of the side door, and then the bag moves down, and I see this big black bear face looking at me like, oh, what's going on? It's probably the same feeling that I feel when somebody finds me, whether it's a cop or or the people emptying the trash or whatever. Oh, but I wanted to take a picture of this thing from the side window, from the passenger side, but I just didn't want to scare the thing and have it fall out of the dumpster and hurt itself, or I wasn't really worried about myself. So, I mean, just the expression on its face, and I'm telling you, the expression on my face, too, was like, ah! Just so funny. I mean, this bear, it had to be like an adolescent bear. It wasn't like this big one you can see right there, or like the tiny ones. It was an adolescent bear. It had to be, I'm 245, 247 around there. And it had to be around my weight, probably around that. Or maybe a little bit smaller. And plus to get into those doors inside, I don't think this big bear they show right there could do it, but I don't know. But it's just a crazy story. This bear, swear to God, was within 6 feet of me. And it was just, I laughed all the way home. And I got home like 5 o'clock. I couldn't wait to tell my wife the story a little bit later. I had to give her some time to get some more sleep. But anyways, just a really funny story. So, what's the moral of the story? There's a lot of hazards dumpster diving. And this is one of them. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm scared at times of opening up that dumpster because I'm afraid there's going to be a bear in there and it's going to be like, "Arr!" or whatever noise they make. Maybe that's the noise I'm going to make. But so the moral of the story is be safe out there. There's tons of hazards out there, and wild animals is one of them. I've seen raccoons, and now I've seen a bear. So I just thought it was a funny story, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. So when you're dumpster diving out there, be safe. If you got any funny animal life stories you want to tell, please comment at the bottom. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that little button. And you guys take it easy. And as always, dive on.